3 is going to be about inputs and outputs. First of all, let's explain what's an input. It is the resource used to create goods and services. In this case, resources that go into the farm. You can see some of the examples right here. In Spanish, input is called aporte y es el recurso usado para crear bienes y servicios. En este caso, recursos que entran en el campo. Tenemos ejemplos como preparación de tierra, semilla híbrida, trasplante, pesticida, etc. Now for outputs, the output is pretty much the opposite, or I will say the result of that input, which is the produced quantity of a good or service. In this case, what the farmer has produced, a good example would be like bell pepper yield per acre, wayuli, or any other type of crop. That's going to be the output. For the case study, we're going to need to create a worksheet with a list of farmers' expenses and income, and then provide the right formulas and functions to get the total cost and also the net income. In Spanish, output is known as salidas y es la cantidad producida de bienes y servicios. En este caso, lo que el agricultor ha producido. Ejemplos como cosecha de pimientos por acre o cosecha de guayuli o cosecha de cualquier otro tipo de cultivo es considerado una salida. En el caso de estudio que vamos a presentar ahorita, en una hoja de cálculo de Excel, crea una lista de gastos y ganancias de un agricultor. Provee la fórmula y la función correcta para obtener los costos totales y las ganancias netas. This is going to be kind of an idea of what we're going to be doing right now with Excel. These are some of the Excel tables. The first one is involved in wayuli pre-harvest costs. So we need to find the total cost of a 20-acre farmland. And then the next one is going to be about bell pepper field cost and the revenue. Starting with the wayuli, it's going to be here. We need to first erase this, and okay. So the total of the land establishment, we have nothing here, so we need to provide that number. Remember, it's going to be the sum. So that's going to be the total cost of the land establishment. Moving on for the growing, we need to use the sum formula, select your range. That's the cost of the growing. And in order to get the cost for the overhead, you just do the same thing. And now you have your answers. Then establishment. So we said that for the land establishment, it's going to be $360. For growing, $204. And the subtotal, how do you get that? Just add both values. I can say like this plus the other value, and that's the subtotal. Overhead, we said it was $165. So this is going to be the total pre-harvest cost per acre. And how do you get that? Of course, just add your subtotal plus the overhead value, and that's the total cost of a pre-harvest per acre. But in this case, this farmer wants to produce a wayuli in a 20-acre farm. So in order to get the total cost, we need to select our cell, 729 times 20, which is the 20 acres. That's the range of the farm. So that's going to be the total cost of a farmer if he wants to produce 20 acres of wayuli. Moving on, like I said, the next sample is going to be a bit more complicated, but it's going to be easy at the end. This is going to be an example with bell pepper and its cost and revenue. Starting with this, so same thing I did. We have some of the values already published there, but we need to find the material value and the fertilizer. In this case, so we have the total costs. We need to, same thing, sum these costs. And that's going to be the total cost of the material. And here I just put everything on hand, but in this case you can just go click equals, select the cell you want to go to select, and then you see you get the value of this cell. It's pretty much easier. And then here's a bit different because the fertilizer for the bell pepper field we required 500 pounds per acre. The bag has 50 pounds, and this is the cost of every bag. So in order to get the total bags, we need to find, in this case it's going to be total bags 500 divided by 50. We need 10 bags of fertilizer. How do you get the cost? Find the cost of one bag and then multiply this by the number of bags. So that's going to be the total cost of the fertilizer. So we just click equals, select cell, and there you go. Now the total production cost, same thing, sum. So it's going to be sum, select the range, and there you go. The total cost is going to be $11,000, almost $600. But now here's the, it's a bit complicated because we need to find the revenue of the bell pepper production. So one carton costs $11 and it weighs around 25 pounds. So first, what's the pound price? It's pretty easy. It's a division of $11 divided by 25. So a pound of bell pepper costs 0.44. That's the revenue the farmer will get. In this case, this farmer yield was around 1,800 cartons. So let's find the gross sale. In this case, he sold 1,800 times. So what's the price of a carton? 11. That's his gross sale. But at the end, we also need to consider the costs. So in this case, the net income, which is the profit the farmer is getting, already considering the costs, is going to be select your gross sale minus the total production cost, and that's going to be the net income of the farmer. Now, the conclusion here is, based on our tables and formulas, these are the results for each crop, production costs, and revenues. First of all, for Wayuli, we said that the total cost for the 20 acres was 14,000 and almost 600, which is right here. For bell pepper, the total production cost is around 11,500, but the revenue is higher. Of course, it has to be higher. On the other side, the net income is going to be your revenue minus the total production cost, and here this is going to be the net income of the farmer.